This episode is brought to you by technical difficulties. What a great way to start off the new year. It gets better. Trust me, we have such horrors in store for you. I sound like I'm in a well. Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Die, the His vs. Hers Guide to the Apocalypse, the podcast, Volume 2, Episode 1. Welcome back.
Woo!
Woo! That's my weirdo sister Jazmin, and I am your boy Bret. And
Hey everybody!
Hey! And starting with this season, this volume of the handy dandy book we called Let's Die, I will be reading from you a super special rule from our guidebook. Rule number 24. A knife is your friend unless your friend has a knife. Jazmin, say hi.
I already said hi.
Say hi again.
Hi. And to what you said about that rule, bum bum bum.
That's right, and especially considering what we're talking about today, which is we're revisiting the zombies. The zombies. Specifically this time, I want to talk to you about what you think about zombies, maybe how you would go about surviving the apocalypse. Last time me and Taylor covered quite a bit, but back then we didn't know what we were doing, and we still don't know what we're doing, but we know what we're doing a little bit more than last time, so I thought it was fitting for, our new season, as it were, to start off on a familiar note. Jazmin, the floor is yours.
Everyone loves zombies.
Until they get
like our sister, who is terrified of them.
You're terrified of zombies?
No, your other sister, Savannah. Savannah hates all things scary, including zombies.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Savannah doesn't like scary movies. She will not watch one.
We should make her do one of those zombie runs where you run like a 5K and there's like people chasing you.
Savannah wouldn't be afraid of that, I don't think. But she's afraid of like haunted houses and movies. So, I don't know.
That doesn't track because you're not in a movie.
I don't know. She just doesn't like scary things. She can't. She won't. She just does not handle it well. But I don't care for zombies. I like zombie TV shows. Those are pretty cool.
Like what?
Zombie movies. I can't think of the name of the movie that I keep thinking.
You can't think of the name?
Well, it's been like really, really long time. You actually introduced me to this movie when I was younger.
You have to be more specific.
British
I did a lot
movie.
to corrupt you guys as
well, they were English. They did Hot Fuzz.
Oh, Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, classic movie.
Yeah, but that's
so good.
That's a comedy, though.
But it's a zombie movie.
Yeah, but it's not scary either. It's.
But it's a good movie.
All the tension of the zombies is lifted by the comedy, so it kind of. I mean, it definitely is a zombie movie, but I wouldn't call it like a horror. Call it a zombie.
So wait, I have a question for you. I have
an answer.
Would you, if your best friend turned into a zombie like in the movie, keep him in your shed?
No, I'd put him out of his misery.
Even if there's a possibility they would find a cure?
Well, that's different. If there's a possibility that they'd find a cure, then yes.
I mean, in the movie, he was playing video games and stuff with his best friend Zombie. So yeah, yeah. At the very end of the movie, he had him in his shed.
He tries to bite him. He says, "Hey, don't do that, mate," or however they sound.
But they were playing video games.
Yeah, and he does have the controller in his hand, but he's like obviously not playing it very well.
But he's still playing it.
Whatever.
Possibility that it could be reverted unless their minds just go completely mush, which is what some people think happened.
Well, we talked about that the last time we talked about zombies. Is a little bit sort of between the differences between like supernatural zombies, as in like the classic walkers that are kind of they can be disemboweled and missing organs, and they're still coming at you, like you have to destroy the brain, versus like the 28 Days Later, the World War Z's that are run
Resident Evil.
No. Those
Left 4 Dead zombies.
I don't know. No, Left 4 Dead zombies, you could shoot them in the body mass and kill them.
Yeah, but there's different types of them. Some that like spew, goo.
Yeah, those are specials, but those are special variants. But I'm talking like the difference between walkers and runners. Like classically speaking, walkers were literally people that died and came back, and they're shambling corpses that were rotting away, and like had no pulse, they had no bodily functions or anything like that. That's kind of supernatural. Whereas runners were always are typically categorized as being like afflicted with a disease, and they sprint after you, but you could like shoot them in the chest and kill them, if that makes sense. Because they're like just like super rabid. Rabbids. Zombies and rabbids in Mario this fall.
So, do you think a zombie apocalypse could totally happen nowadays?
No. Because I don't believe in the supernatural per se. And I don't think that there is like a super virus that could make people into mindless monster machines. Yeah, I just don't see that. I just don't see that happening.
I mean, they've made nuclear bombs, so why can't they?
Because creating a virus is probably harder than making a bomb. I mean, you're talking about creating a sort of alive thing, right? And how, like, I wouldn't even begin to know how to dictate, like, the symptoms that it causes, or, I mean, you're basically, like, on the doorstep of creating life if you can create a virus. So,
I mean, scientists create stuff like that all the time.
I don't think they create viruses. I don't think anybody's trying to do that we're aware of. I mean, you got like chemical warfare and stuff is different than creating a virus. Why would you Why would you create a virus when you have access to viruses that already exist? Like,
they can alter the DNA or whatever structure of the virus and make it more deadly. I would assume that is a thing because TV tells me that it is.
Okay, because TV never lies. Well, listen, if fucking they could do that, then someone could also make it go the other way and make helpful viruses that when you get sick with them, they don't actually make you sick, but they give you like semi-super strength and make you resilient against diseases and make it to where your arms grow back and shit. Why not that, Jazmin? Why not the fuck that?
Well, people have done stuff to viruses because vaccines exist.
Vaccines are just dead viruses that they inject into your arm so that your body can kill them.
Totally had to.
That is not modifying a life form.
I'm sure they modified
we're done. We're done. We're done with this. Jazmin, what would be your favorite weapon to use to dispatch a zombo?
Need something light because I'm pretty weak in the arms. So maybe some pistols, maybe.
Pistols? What do you do when you run out of ammo?
Use a What's that thing that they use to hack leaves in the jungle?
A machete.
And then I'd have a machete.
The machete, I can see. I don't know if I agree with the guns.
Weapons.
Because assume, like, they are attracted to sound. Like, every time you kill one zombie, you're attracting 100. Because the sound travels a far distance. What?
Silencers, bruh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did you get those? Are they just... I failed to know that the silencers are on every street corner. Or every hardware store that you could scavenge. They're not just anywhere where you can get them.
A zombie apocalypse, I'm sure I could find one.
More power to you. If you can find it, that's awesome. That's a huge find. But I'm saying that's not practical because you're not gonna find a silencer. The odds of you finding a silencer are so remote.
How about we go to an army base and take?
You mean an army base that's totally defensible and defended and probably behind locked doors that will never find the keys to or know the codes to, because there probably won't be electricity to even open the electronic locks or even just...
You never know.
No.
Hypotheticals.
No, it's a risk not worth taking. Like, you're going to storm a compound like that where, worse than zombies, you have crazy people, like, in there defending. I mean, that's like one of the first places that people go, right? They're going to go to police stations. They're going to go to army bases or military bases because those are safe areas and they're seeking shelter. And it's only going to take one of those people to be sick to turn the whole base into one giant zombie fuckfest. And then not to mention scavengers from all over after the initial waves of zombie apocalypse, they will naturally want to scavenge those places for the high-end weaponry. So there's going to be a lot of competition for those things. And I'm saying it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And also, number 3, Trace, San, it's not worth it. But machete's a good idea. That could work. As long as it doesn't... But I would still contend that it gets lodged in, like, a bone, and that's when you get killed, because it gets stuck in a bone, and you can't...
Okay, Mastermind, what are you going to use then?
A baseball bat. I covered this in the first episode, which you've never listened to.
I did listen to it. It's just been a while. This is the second season. Hello!
A metal baseball bat is the perfect weapon. It mitigates too much sound, so you can be somewhat stealthy with it. A metal baseball bat, you're capable of swinging at a very high force, enough so to destroy the brain in a single blow if you get a good swing on there. It'll fuck some people. If you can imagine being hit in the head by a metal baseball bat as hard as someone can swing, you're pretty fucked. Even if it doesn't kill you...
You wouldn't put nails or anything on your baseball bat?
No, because those things get stuck. And if a nail gets stuck in a zombie's skull and there's 2 other zombies around you, you want to get your bat back and ready to swing it again as soon as possible. Because here's the thing. While that nail might penetrate the skull and destroy the brain and kill the zombie, get rid of the nail. Don't worry about that, because if you hit a zombie full force in the head with a baseball bat, that is going to be enough to take it to the ground and give you enough time to get away. Like, you don't necessarily have to kill every single one you come into contact with. You just hit it in the head, knock it on the ground, mitigate the risk, keep moving, never stop moving, and then just keep whacking away. Whack, 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 whack. Whack them all off. Jazmin, whack them all off.
The problem with me is, I'm 4'9". I don't think that there's a huge chance I'm going to encounter some very tall zombies. How am I going to be able to reach their head? I probably won't be able to hit them in the head fast enough from this height to make
I would say that being that short is an advantage because you could hide easier, right? You can fit in the tighter locations. A baseball bat is still good, Jazmin, because you can still have an upward swing. Like, you can still have an over-the-head swing that hits them in the head.
The forest,
You can still use it to kneecap them. You can still kneecap them in the knees and run away. Like, and you can also use the bat as a means as a barrier to keep, like, you know that classic thing where a zombie jumps on the hero and they have like an axe or something and they're like using it and they're to like keep, like, you hold the bat under the zombie's neck so that it can't, it's like gnashing at your face. You could use it that way too. You can't really do that with a sword or a machete. Suck it, Taylor. Not without cutting yourself.
I guess.
Plus, like, bladed weapons, you're gonna have to sharpen them. If you get like a really high-end samurai sword and chop through a bunch of neck bones, you're still chopping through bones. It's gonna get dull. It's gonna chip. That's a lot of maintenance. With a baseball bat, there is no maintenance whatsoever. You just rinse off the scalps and keep going. That's all you gotta do.
Where would you go then in the zombie apocalypse?
I would go out my back door of my house and walk into the woods.
Just straight into the woods.
Straight into the woods. It's the safest place.
But you live in the suburbs?
Yeah, but there is a stretch of forest behind the house by the creek. And it runs if you go, I don't know what direction that is, but if you go a certain direction away from the town, it meets the rest of the forest up there, up in the mountains, and you're gone. I'm gone.
But lots of people still live up on those hills and stuff.
Yes, Jasmine, but a forest has so many trees, like, it breaks line of sight, right? So if you're a zombie, assuming, like, you're working with your senses, your sights, your sounds. I don't know about smells, but, the primary ones would be sight and sound. Obviously, you might make sound in the forest, but hey, if they can't see you because there's a lot of trees, you stand a better chance of staying hidden. Now, you also stand a chance of stumbling onto a horde by accident. That's possible. But I would rather have lots of cover than be trapped in a city with, I would rather that than be trapped in a building with zombies all around and have to, like, sneak through the dark and try and get from building to building. Because if I get in the woods, I can get far enough into the forest. Because zombies initially, they're going to be attracted to the cities, because that's where most dumbasses are going to be. I'm going to be in the woods. I'm going to be dealing with a lot less dudes wandering around. I'm going to be able to forage. I'm going to be able to probably hunt, assuming that, it's safe to eat that stuff. I'll be able to find water. I'd be fine. Nobody take my ideas. Copyright.
Every time I've had a conversation about zombies, I'd always be like, well, I'm going to go to Mom and Dad's first, or Bret's house first, and then see where that goes, because they have all the weapons and stuff.
Well, that's the thing that's going to get me killed, is because I said I'd go out and go into the woods, and that's what a person who wants to survive would say, but I do love my family a lot, and I don't know if I could live with myself, like, abandoning them that way. Like, I would have to figure out a way to get with Mom and Dad and you and Savannah. Getting to Savannah would be a nightmare. We probably wouldn't be able to. She'd be toast.
Yeah. She lives in an apartment building, too, so it's like, once one gets infected, it's like over. All of them are
and in a major city, so all, like, escaping, like, getting out is going to be fucking near impossible.
Unless you can drive a motorcycle, which I really need to learn how to do, like you can. But I think I'm too short to ride a motorcycle.
Well, well, no, they make plenty of sizes of motorcycle that you could drive. You don't need, like, a super powerful, like, if you had a dirt bike, that, like, they make dirt bikes for children. Like, you could drive that. That's not a bad idea out in the woods, but the problem is they're louder and fuck. And you don't necessarily, and they're really fast, and even though the threat of zombies might be mitigated because they're fast, you can escape the area before the sound attracts them, it's also going to attract psycho bandits. And that's really the hardest part. once you get out of zombie infestation, like the initial wave of zombiness, then you also have to contend with psychos who want to rape and murder and pillage and, skull fuck you. Things like that. Those are the hard ones. Because people are the most dangerous game on the planet. Jazmin, we need to take a break.
Okay.
We'll be right back after a word from these messages.
Woo!
Hey everybody, it's Bret, your boy, driving around in the rain, but I needed to tell you all something about something, so much so that I would risk my safety. It's the Killing Time Podcast. Guys, check them out. Doing this podcast is, oh boy, doing this podcast is hard enough. Like, I write some notes, I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that in preparation for each show, and then I crumple all that up and throw it out the window because things never go right. I cannot imagine doing even 5 minutes of scripted comedy, but that's exactly what the Killing Time Podcast does. I'm telling you, they write it out, it's scripted comedy sketches revolving around a group of friends. Kind of sounds familiar. Kind of sounds like our show, with the exception that they're actually funny, as opposed to us. We just a bunch of ragtag psycho bandits on the podcasting trails, and they're the glorious queens of Europe or someplace. So yeah, check out Killing Time Podcast. Search for the comedy. Actually, just search Killing Time Comedy. There's a bunch of wackos with that title running around out there. Make sure you get the white one. Make sure you guys, it's 2018, almost 2019, might be 2019 when you're listening to this. It's several years past the year 2000. We no longer see color. It is the right podcast, the right Killing Time Comedy Podcast. Look that up. This ad was not scripted. All right, we're back. Jazmin, say hi. Ah! We sound like zombies already.
Well, no, is from a show from my childhood. So.
Okay.
No.
Good to know. Jazmin, I have a very important question for you.
Okay, I'm all ears.
If you were a zombie, who would you bite first?
Oh. Guess Adam. Probably.
Who's Adam, for the people that don't know?
For the people who haven't listened to the podcast before, Adam is my boyfriend. The end. We live together.
Wait, so you would bite Adam?
Probably.
No, wait, I'm trying to think. You would bite Adam just because... Wait, what?
So, realistically, I'm at the house all day because I work from home.
Uh-huh.
So, I would be at the house, and if I'm a brainwashed zombie, I can't go anywhere.
So it's really a crime.
Wait till he gets home and I murder him.
It's a crime of convenience.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. If you could bite someone willingly, like this is the person you want, you're getting ready to turn, you want to use like, well, if I'm going to bite somebody, I'm going to bite this motherfucker. Who would that be?
Trump? I don't know.
We don't get political on this show, Jarmagargar.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't bite. I don't have anyone that I, hate.
I would probably bite... I don't know. That's a good question. I don't have a significant other, so... I don't know. And I live...
if zombies could communicate with each other somehow, then I would definitely bite.
And I would live alone. I hope I wouldn't bite my dog. That would make me really sad. Ton-ton!
Yeah, I know. I tried to avoid that
Oh yeah, no. In our zombie apocalypse, the zombies are only interested in humans, and they don't do things like eat dogs and horses like in other shows and stuff.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no. Dogs are perfect forever, especially
Cats
Tuntun.
too.
Tuntun. I don't know where she's
Cats are good too.
Our podcast dog is missing.
Cats are good too.
No, I disagree. Okay, I take that back. I'm gonna bite the cat that lives on my front porch.
That cat is a good cat.
Nah, Ghost Girl's a weirdo. She deserves to be bitten.
Good.
No, I put a heating pad out there for winter, and she won't use it. She would rather freeze to death than use the heating pad that I put on the front porch for her. And for audience members, I've tried to bring her in several times. She refuses. Like, she does not like that shit at all.
Well,
we're getting super duper sidetracked.
That's okay. Anyways, zombie world that we live in, hopefully animals, no-go. They're off limits. Because animals are the purest thing in this world.
Well, unless you're still a human, and then we'll hunt things like deer. Oh, yeah, you better believe it. I'm hunting bunnies, little baby bunnies, deer. Probably not possums, but we'll see how hungry I get. Raccoons would also be sad, but we'll see how hungry I get.
Raccoons can be pretty cute.
Cows. People up here got cows. Horses would be really sad. Goats. People keep goats around here.
It's kind of sad that we think hurting a horse is sad, but like cows are also like can be majestic.
Yeah, so you're right. No, you're right. Cows are way smarter than people give them credit for.
Yo, if I could be a vegetarian, I'd be a vegetarian.
Go to YouTube and look up a video. It's a video of like a bunch of cows that were kept in like a dark barn, chained up like pretty much their whole lives, and like these people like bought the farm or whatever and bought all the cows, and then they open up the barn for the first time to let the cows out into the sunlight and into the grass. And it's pretty adorable. It makes you want to never eat a hamburger again.
I've seen some pretty cute cow videos.
Yeah.
Some pretty cute ones where they like cuddle with people and stuff.
Would you slaughter and eat a pig? Like a little piggy Iggy? I saw Piglet chopped up into cubes.
I don't think
Kroger
I would be able to kill any animal by legitimately. I don't know how Dad hunts deer.
You're gonna have to.
Looking at it will just make me.
I mean, in order to survive, you're gonna have to eat something.
Obviously, but it would be very difficult. I can't even imagine hunting deer.
You do it in video games all the time.
But video games are different. People murder other people in video games all the time.
Yeah, but people suck and kind of deserve it anyway, so it's easier to rationalize that away.
Animals. What? Go ahead.
Well, let's wrap this up. Jazmin, you got anything you need to plug? I think there's one thing you should plug. Plug it. Plug it real good.
That sounds super inappropriate. If you guys like our podcast, make sure you subscribe or just keep listening.
I imagine if they're listening to this, they might be subscribed already. I don't know.
That'd be great.
No,
if you have any questions,
there's
hit us up on the email.
Nope, we're not doing that yet. Nope, I'm specifically talking about, guys, we have another podcast. It should be out by now. It's called Pokemon After Darkrai. Spelled just like the Pokemon's name, Darkrai, Darkrai. Pokemon After Darkrai. Check it out. It's basically this show, but we talk about Pokemon every single fucking episode. Every episode we talk about a different randomly selected Pokemon, much to the dismay of the public at large. So yeah, check that shit out. It's almost everywhere that you can get podcasts. Basically, if you're listening to this one, it should be available on this one as well. So check out that podcast. As always, Jazmin, what do we want people to do?
Die together?
What? No, not that part. We're not there yet. You're jumping the guns.
We don't follow a script, so I'm just going with the flow.
There is no script. There's like some notes, but
you don't get to look at notes. I go into this blindly. Is it something to do with what I was saying earlier?
Yes.
Where if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at LetsDie. Whatever the email address is. I'll get it right eventually.
Send us an email at letsdiepod@gmail.com, or you can say hi to us on Twitter at LetsDiePod. Yep, LetsDiePod on Twitter. We're also on Facebook.
Let me know if you think I'm annoying.
We're also on Facebook at LetsDiePod. Fuck me. You're fucking me up now. It's Let's Die the podcast on Facebook. Check us out everywhere podcasts are made. And please, what I was actually looking for, Jazmin, is rate and review us. It helps the show out. Jazmin, we got another review in.
Gasp! Was it Mom?
No, it was not Mom. We still have... that one still is elusive. I'm trying to get it. So, just to fill everybody in, we have 6 5-star ratings, 0 4-star ratings, 0 3-star ratings, 0 2-star ratings, and 0 1-star ratings.
Wow. We have 2 2-star ratings? Is that what you said?
No, 0.
Oh.
They're
so
all...
we're doing pretty good.
Look, there's only 6 ratings, and they're all 5 stars, and only 2 of them are us.
Who are the other people?
I don't fucking know. But hey, there's a new review on, and it's probably the first real review. And it's by Love Boy.
Love Boy, what up if you're listening?
No. It's Love Boy.
Oh, got it.
It says, delightful nerdism. 5 stars. Great pop culture topics. The hosts have quirky and fun personalities. Love the banter, and especially the dog. So shout out for the doggies. Thank you, Love Boy, for the review. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we don't do this to get recognition. We do this because it's fun for us, and if anybody else happens to listen, then so be it.
What? I do it for the fame.
Oh, she does it for the money.
Kidding. I don't get paid for this.
Nope, you do not.
Nope.
Jazmin.
Anyways.
That's gonna be it for Volume 2, Episode 1 of Let's Die, the His versus Her Guide to the Apocalypse, the podcast. What do you think?
I think that I want to know what everyone else thinks. Love Boy!
I want to know! Where do you go? Oh, wait, I don't remember
I was thinking of another song that you're going to do. I want to know what love is.
I want you to show me.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Oh, and I'm drinking Reef Donkey APA beer. I forgot to do that whole segment. Bye.
Bye.
That would be Wes.
Is he coming tonight, or just me?
No, he's fucking addicted to Ebony.
I don't know what that is.
It's a dumb game that he plays. Like, he's like, oh, I got an Ebony event from 7 to 10. And I'm like, are you serious? You're addicted. He's like, I don't spend money on it anymore. I'm like, you just need to quit. He needs to play that game like I need to drink alcohol.
Okay, well.
We need to have, like, an episode that's just an intervention for Wes.
I don't think that's needed.
Wesservention. Interwestion? Well, I don't know.
Mm. So haven't we already done zombies?
Yeah, but it's kind of like a part. I'll explain to you in a minute.